Hey, it's Peter Slime again. Good Friday, TGIF. So, yesterday I posted some stuff on YouTube. Hopefully, I have followers. I have no idea. So, hopefully, we can figure that out. A. B is so, remember, I don't make these slimes. I get the slime for a base and then I make them into something. Um, so today I'm going to do using the blue. The blue slime that came out of this little thing. Got cookies on this one probably. And this is from Nickelodeon. And this is the neon blue. Now, if you can see this, and we talked about this, it has some bubbles and I kind of worked on it, but it's a really good slime. And I was kind of shocked it was a Dollar Tree, so, oops. So, we're going to add some stuff to it so we can kind of flip it out a little bit, see what we can do to it, add to it. But this slime is actually very perfect, and I was pretty happy when I seen this slime. I thought, wow. I was very happy when I this slime. So we're just gonna flatten it up, and it's pretty wet. That means it's pretty activated. So I'm not talking about activation unless it gets too dry, then we get it right. So the first thing we're gonna do is when you're adding two slimes together, you're gonna have to have like a clear coat, like a primer. So I got my clear, and I've showed these to you before. This is from Crazy Art. The slimy stuff, and it's awesome. I love this. Got this at Five Below. So now we're gonna put some of that in there, and then I have one that I made, which is called Silver Icing. They came in a kit, and then I added some stuff to it. It has a different kind of base. Now this has sequins to it. I'll show you real quick so you can see what it looks like in the thing. It's pretty tough. I mean, it's not bad, but it's very tough. I'm hoping this, because it's so wet, it's going to help. See how tough that is. If not, I just ruined slime. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our clear. So I got my clear bucket here. And I'm just going to take a little pinch off. Roll it around my board. And this is about a quarter size. So we're just going to lay it right on top of there. So you can, and I want to show you that real quick. So you can see that this is clear. So yeah, I kind of like the clear, and we're just going to kind of rub it and bring it through. So now we're going to start rubbing it. Okay, so now we're just going to start kneading that clear through. Wow, hear that pop? I love that pop. You know that. I said I love that pop. We're just bringing that clear through. And it did thicken it up kind of a little bit, as you can tell, but it's still such a pretty neon color. So we're just kneading that through, and as you can tell, that it really did work. I'm still getting really good pulls out of it. So anyway, so we did this, and hopefully the end product, I think there's something in here. It's perfect. So you can tell it stretches, and we're having problems with stretching now, but that's okay. We're gonna really, it's not as goopy. I think it took the color a little bit away compared to the neon blue. It made it a little more of a different blue. If you could see that at all, it kind of, compared to yesterday's, it really did kind of change the color. So not bad. It's still got that blue. So I think blue and gray kind of go together. So we're going to use this one, and this is the gray icing, and if you can tell me right here, you can see the thing. This has got styrofoam blue balls in it, sequence, and it's really, and I'll bring this out real quick. I can't even, it's so dry. Ugh. And this came out of a kit, and I put it together, and I hate this. I mean, there is pool, but it's not really pool. You can't really do anything. But if you really want to see how pretty that is. So, yeah. So, we're just going to put this little chunk in here. Hoping because the blue is kind of goopy a little bit. Just a tiny bit, but not bad. I'm hoping that the both will kind of really help it a little bit. So, we'll just go on there. See. And I thought the gray was a little bit too petty personally for me, but that's me. So we're literally, what we're going to do is we are literally fluffing this up. So we're just going to pull it some more. And what I really wanted to see is that silver inlaid in there. Now, because I didn't put a lot in there. So it really didn't change anything, but what I do like about it is I wish sometimes you could see this. It has like a blue or the gray inline into it. So now we're just going to go and start pulling this more. So now I've added the styrofoam beads to it. So let's see here. So as you can tell, it's got a little more heavier, which is fine. If we need it more goopier, I can always activate it again. I do use hand sanitizer. It's an easy thing to use. A lot of people, I've gotten posts on the Slime Lovers Facebook page about how they think it really doesn't work. It more melts it. Because in my theory is that in my theory, I felt like that if you only use the dye at a time, it should be okay. So we're gonna continue. Made a little bit less goopier, and it doesn't pull apart as much as I thought it would, but I still get good pulls. So, and then I'm gonna put if you can see that, you can see how pretty that is. Still popping. Oops, sorry. So as you can tell, I am doing this, and I'm making it pop, and I'm pulling it through, and I'm seeing up now. It automatically, the silver that I put in it, the gray silver, what I did was, there's some silver and gold. They have one side's like gold, one side's like a silver, and it come in a packet, and you know how I feel like about, a lot of atoms, so I just don't want to overextend myself. So I think I'm going to put some of that stuff still in there. There's a little bit in there, but not much. There's a few of those styrofoam bowls. I don't have a lot, so you might be putting that up next. So this is the very good. Very good. And there really isn't no crackle in it, which I'm pretty happy about because I'm like, oh, crackle. So next we're going to put a little bit of atoms into it. Let's see what it comes into now. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Okay, so now I got my added thing, and I use little barb containers, you can tell. And I put all my little add-ins. Now, this time, we're going to put the silver ones in here, and hopefully I didn't just bust that open. Because it happens, and you know when you get sequins, you get a little bit, you get a lot. So if you can tell, it's very pretty. It's like one side on the one's silver, one is gold, which I thought this would be a gold color for like Christmas too. So if you want to look at that, so we're just gonna kind of shake it. The heck is? Yep. I pack it back here, and I'll want you to see this camera. So I put the silver in here, and it is still, so I'm just going to kind of pat it through and see it. So we're just going to pull it through. And you can still see I have the styrofoam balls from the icing that I made. And I didn't put a lot in it, but man, what I like about it is I fluff that sucker up like no tomorrow. And you can kind of see the silver inlay and the gold. I'm really into that. So again, just pulling this through to get that sparkle going on. I thought this would be good for Christmas, but I just don't see it being that best for Christmas. And it's really stretchy, and I was really happy with this. I mean, as you can tell, it stretches. It kind of pulls a little bit, but it's not bad. So, and I only put like that much of that gray, and I only put like a quarter size of that clear, so it did help a little bit. So, I wish it had a little bit more shimmer to it, but it's not bad. I think that if you can see that, you can see there's a little bit of shimmer to it. So we're just going to pull this through again. And I think we're going to add a little bit more of this too. But, because it's just not doing what I want it to do. So we're just going to add a little at a time. This time I put way too much because what happens when I take a little bit, it takes a long ways. So we're just going to pull it through. It's pretty good stuff, and I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm going to show you the end result. And it still has that sparkle. No ball out. And I'm absolutely in love with that part because there's really not a lot of ball out, which it's still that sticky. And you're still getting that suction in it. And crackle. And there's really no crackle into it. I was kind of shocked. But I absolutely love this. And if you see, you will see that sparkle just sparkles. And I'm going to call this Blue Christmas. Thank you all for watching me. I appreciate it. And have a great day. And maybe I'll vlog again next week. Some people think I'm crazy for doing this, but I happen to love slime, so. And it's still kind of a runner, so yes. And there's no hardly fallout, which I was really happy with this too. But have a great day. Peace and slime out.